Welcome back everybody, my name is Eltimar and we are going to be heading over to the Vaultus family vault. And then we're going to go explore this area and we're going to head into the tower afterwards. And the tower will be the last thing we do in this zone, so we're going to go here now, see if whoever's in the mausoleum is willing to talk to us, hopefully, and not be a ghoul. Oh, there's Sada.
Hello? Hello?
A little girl cowers in the back of the tomb. Her face is streaked with dirt, and even in the shadows you can tell she's far too thin. She watches you, holding her breath. What are you doing in here? She inches into the candlelight. Her clothes are little more than filthy rags now, but ripped and stained fabric looks like embroidered silk. You have to be quiet. Noise brings the hungry people. Has she been here all along, hiding from those creatures? My name is Sada. Are you hiding from the two? She watches the door of the vault, her eyes wide and careful. You're Sada? I came across some Darghouls in a house. The girl's eyes widen. You saw mother and father and a Milo? How did you get away? Those aren't your parents anymore. She picks at a thumbnail, watching you. She nods slowly. Who are the hungry people? She whispers and her eyes are round with terror. The ones outside, they don't sleep or die, but they eat. Tell me what happened to you. Her eyes take on a distant look. Her legs start to tremble. Be strong. Think back to how this started. She takes a deep breath and stares at the stone floor. There was a big noise and light in the sky. Everyone thought it was a storm, but then people started waking up. After they died, I mean. She twists her shredded sleeve into knots. Mother and father and Emilio boarded up the door, but the hungry people found our house. Her fidgeting becomes more agitated. They fought, but the hungry people always get up again. They broke through the door, and Mother told me to hide. And then I came here to hide, but the door got stuck. I didn't know when it would be safe outside. You need to get out of here. Is it safe? Are the hungry people out there? It's still dangerous, but the path to the main gate should be clear. Run for it. I won't let anything catch me, I promise. Shh. Any traps? Of course there are. Not yet.
Well?
If we're gonna blow ourselves up with a trap, we should at least get everyone else out of the way.
Then.
We do not have the skill to disarm this trap, so let's get our kitty cat out of the way, the most important part. You got this, right?
Attention the priest!
You're fine.
What?
Get back up. An iridescent scarab figurine. I don't know what it does, but we'll find out in a
Let's
minute.
see what lies this way.
That was a pretty good trap, I'm not gonna lie. What's this do? Nestled among the candles are the odds and ends of a patchwork family memorial. Valian Lucis's, a cameo etching of a woman in finery, and a turquoise necklace. Now, what was the scarab? Nope. We have a whole bunch of pets, but where's the scarab? That's mostly what I wanted to know. Is it in an inventory? No. It's not miscellaneous. Well, that's intriguing. Am I just completely missing it somewhere? No scarabs there. Oh, there it is. It summons an Adderbeetle. That's actually pretty amazing. I'm gonna probably use that at some point. One use per rest, so use it sparingly, but Adderbeetles are pretty powerful creatures. And if it's under our control, that'd be amazing. Okay. So, the next area. I like how we disarm our traps just using our priest. Blow him up. He gets back up, no problem. No questions asked. Although maybe I should use Adir to do it. He's got like a bajillion health. He has 744 health, whereas my main character, who's also a tank, has 649. Which isn't terrible, mind you, but
dark.
it's not ideal. What's this? It's Kangax. No, I'm just kidding. Although it might be. Incantha. A woman bends over a roaring fireplace, feeding a splintered chair leg into it. As you get closer, you notice something unnatural about her, a certain pallor to her skin, a lack of movement beneath her flesh, even while her arms execute deft, efficient movements. And then you see the puckered flesh, ragged and bloodless over her heart. I would not get too close, Eltimar. Look there. She's not truly living, and such things always hunger after life.
It's rude to stare, you know. Don't worry. I've no mind to start anything with you. After all, I've stayed in such good shape by choosing my meals carefully.
She laughs to herself. Who are you?
A survivor, by the grace of my own careful preparations. When I heard the claws scrabbling at the door outside, I took care of matters myself. And since then, I've been careful to keep myself fresh and fed.
She traces a finger over the jagged hole in her chest. I saw you in a vision. There's something you need to do for me.
Believe me, I've heard that line before.
Do you know what happened here?
An incredible act of animancy, of a magnitude this part of the world likely hasn't seen since Engwithan times. Someone found something very powerful and ancient, and I'd bet my own preserved life it wasn't Aldhelm or his lovely assistant.
I don't understand why this district is full of walking corpses. She spins from the fire to face you, because someone found a way to tether their souls to their bodies. Don't you see? She tapped her skull with an impatient finger. So when the heart stops beating, when the blood stops flowing, the bodies still animate. And with a newfound hunger, she turns back to the fire. Those that can feed it with living flesh and essence stay strong and sharp. Those that can't degenerate quickly. Tell me what you know about this Aldhelm. His name barely merits repeating. He's a charlatan who likes to dig up pretty artifacts and call himself a scholar. The pity with animancy these days is that just about anyone can claim to be an expert. I see. I truly doubt that, she smirks. Time for me to get going. I guess she is a pretty okay zombie. For now, anyways. We are almost done, and it's almost time to enter the tower. Actually, we might be done entirely.
Hello? Hello?
I love Kenna. He just sounds so hilarious. Oh, I found something. A book. A book with a balloon in it. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but whatever. It's kind of like when you find gold in the toilet. You could be hiding it in there, but unlikely. I don't think I've ever had to try and hide money in a pooper. Unless you call... unless you consider a bank to be that, because that is sometimes true. Especially nowadays. Alright, into the tower. The massive stone door of the tower is sealed, and there doesn't appear to be any way of opening it. Speak the words you learned from the Leaden Key Acolyte. You hear rumbles and clanks from hidden tumblers as the door unlocks. Apparently we're going right inside. We didn't get a chance to decide whether or not we wanted to go in. And so we are here. Tower level 1, 60 experience gained.
They won't see me coming.
Ghouls, of course. Well, let's go fight. That is a lot of Darghouls. Darghouls are the annoying ones that do that stupid stun. Let's hit him with some spells. Let's give him some true. What is that thing? Oh, skeletal wizard. Okay, you and you. Well, not you. You're gonna do this. You are gonna do magic missiles. Go. Actually, almost killed it. There we go. Now it's just Darghouls left alive. Might as well use once per encounter powers while we can.
What is it?
They just have so much life. I'm actually amazed at the amount of life they have. This is a sweet tower. Aside from all the dead things,
Of course.
I don't mind living here. Look at that. I don't know what that thing even is, but it looks awesome. Alright, let's read some things. Trindig's letter. Dearest Mother and Father, you will be pleased to hear that I've learned much already since coming to the city. There are many ruins nearby, and Master Greg has allowed me to accompany him on a number of expeditions. I am writing to you from inside an ancient Engwithan tower. There's an entire district built up around it, but the locals have mostly left the tower untouched. They've let us set up a temporary living quarters here so our work can continue uninterrupted. But it is unsettling. It is an unsettling place at times, but Master Greg has been a constant comfort, and he is quick to remind me that the things we learn from this tower may one day help us find a cure for Waidwin's legacy. I better get some rest now. Mr. Greg likes to get an early start to the day. All my love, Trindig. Crumpled page from Andhelm's journal. A week of study and we're still none the wiser about this device. Trindig remains optimistic. I don't know what I do without his spirit. We've already listened to the will. I'm just going to read these books so I can get them out of my inventory. These are the ones we haven't read yet. The Queen that was... Oh, we already did this one, actually. So we can get rid of that one, too. Athosian Prayer. And the sun shall break through the darkness, and the new dawn arriving at the rebirth of the day. Rejoice all ye who dwell in the shadow, who are broken and beaten. The winter soon comes to an end. Spring shall rise, bringing life and light to the world. Radiant light, radiant life, and thy soul shall find the... Can't talk anymore today. And thy soul shall find warmth in his arms. All creatures bask in his glory. The rays of countenance bathe the world, bringing an end to the night, ushering in the day. Kneel before him and wonder at his benevolence. Feel the warmth of his radiant presence. If thou art broken, he shall make thee whole. If thou art in darkness, he shall bring thee the light. If thou art sinful, thou shalt be reborn. We've already read this, I think. We read this like in one of the first videos of the game. So we're going to get rid of that one. Alright, we'll read these later, because
Yes.
I think this is going to be my last video for today. My voice is starting to not be thrilled with me. I usually do like 4 to 5 videos a day when I can. For those of you wondering about my release schedule, how I do my videos, I do a bunch of them at once just because my work schedule is so weird. I might have to rest soon, actually. That priest is taking a... Get out of the way.
Well,
But yeah, my work schedule is really weird. So I try and keep a regular sleep schedule, but I usually only can record a few days a week. So I record a whole bunch at once,
as you wish.
and then I release them over the course of a week. That way I always have something to give you guys to watch while still sort of maintaining a pseudo-normal lifestyle as much as possible. Anyways, what happened here? So we lost 14 cooperative bandits and earned 731. We got a new adventure, which we should probably send somebody on. Let's send her again, Palagina. She's pretty good. Hello, Skeletal Wizard. You are definitely the first to die. But yeah, so that's how I do my videos. In September, my work schedule will be changing to a normal sort of 9 to 5 type thing. In which case I'll have a much more regular release schedule for videos. But until then, bear with me with my bizarre upload times. Some days will be lots of videos, some days there might be none. But I try and pump out a bunch per week. Keep things moving along. And we have more things to read. Which we will read all these things. Actually, let's do it now. I'll force my mouth to just do all the things that it needs to do. We've completed our measurements of the machine thanks to Trindig's youthful agility. Further examination is required to discover its intended use. Okay, so that one's done. The most unfortunate tale of Favia and Bernat, a Valian tragedy. Scene. Leia watches Bernat approach Favia's tree looking for a human form. Behold, now comes the fun, that for which I have waited. His love is forfeit, her life is forfeit, and all I have worked towards shall be fulfilled. He says he knows his love. He says no force in the world could keep him from her. But what chance has force against guile? Never will he find his love, for she is no longer his love. The spell cannot be undone except by her death, and by then it will be too late. But wait, he has seen her. Leia steps back to observe. Pray, mortal, why have you come here? These woods are not for your kind. The affairs of men have no place at this tree. Leave. Leave ere your welcome lapses. Foul creature, where is my love? What have you done with her? Always this has been the station for our encounters. Never before I've seen you. Where is my love? Answer ere my patience lapses. Fool, this is my land and this is my tree. Your presence never before has been felt. Again I say to you, leave. My generosity will not be extended a third time. Laya steps forward again. Talk? Discussion? I know the way to hurry the conclusion of this tale. Laya takes a breath and extends her throat as if she's yelling. The scream comes from the copse of trees where the Pagra stands. Burnett. My love! Burnett steps forward, brandishing his sword. Prepare yourself, wretch, for not even death can stand between me and my love. I will have her from you, or you will meet your end. Burnett moves towards Favia, who closes to fight. They fight. During the fight, Burnett is grievously injured as he delivers the killing blow to Favia. She falls to the ground, and as she dies, the spell on her breaks, transforming her back into her Deligman form? Delimgan, sorry. Burnett, Burnett, my love, what have you done to me? What was it I said? What was it I did? Has our love soured in your heart? Favia, my love, my life, what foul sorcery has befallen you? How have you come to be laid low by my hand? Fie! Fie to the gods for such treachery! Fie to all who stood in our way! Fear not, my beloved, for now we are together, and together we will always be. Nothing can keep us apart. But lo, why is it suddenly so dark? Where's the sun gone? Where are you? I cannot see you. I will find you. I will. Favia cursed or dies. Burnett, a curse upon the fiend who has betrayed me. Told love in your hand and have it wrenched away. Burnett winces and puts hand in his shirt. It comes out covered in blood. What luck, what chance. Tragedy may yet turn to fortune. Favia, my love, soon I will rest in your arms. We will lie together again as one, and forever shall we be side by side. I go now to meet my love. Breath, I accept your cold embrace. I welcome your company. I beg your mercy. Burnett lies down next to Favia's body. I am ready. That's a grim tale. We already read The Broken Stone War, actually. We have multiple of those books now. Adheran dialects. They put a lot of effort into this, which is awesome. The dialects aren't particularly interesting. The sun does not set on the Adheran language. Those of us who commune with this proud language or some deviation of it, or derivation of it, populate every corner of Aurora. Most of us who speak this wonderful tongue know it as Adheran, but the scholars and those obsessed with correctness often qualify it as modern or contemporary Adheran. This is to contrast the language you and I speak today with Eldadheran, the old elven language that was spoken in Adrian Empire back before the pioneer settlers of Deerwood built their longships. If Eldadheran could be considered the mother of the living Adheran, the language of Hillspeak could be seen as Adheran's cousin. Howlspeak is fading from the common use, but many of the elves, especially the older ones, in the Adheran heartland still use this dialect. Whether you know it or not, if you can read these words, you can understand Howlspeak. It is almost identical to Adheran, but includes a large vocabulary of archaic words that have fallen out of use in today's Adheran. When you hear bards sing old Adheran poems, there are often lines of chorus that sound like melodic nonsense inserted to complete rhymes. These are usually instances of words that are lost from our common language, but are still used in Hillspeak. While Hillspeak is familiar to speakers of so-called modern Adheran, the same cannot be said of our language's predecessor. Eldadheran is a dead language, spoken by academics but not used in any major community. Eldadheran words are often familiar to Adheran readers, but the words use orthography that has since been abandoned. Unfamiliar accents marks abound. For example, Eldadheran contains some diphthongs that have no place in the modern Adheran, as well as a few tricky consonant clusters. EA creates an ea sound that sounds like the colloquial salutation of heya, so ea. Ao sounds like io. This still used in the modern word aora. I is pronounced ai, such as in wraith, ai, as in wraith. UE and U both create long oo sounds as in loop. Y sounds like the E sounds as in B. GJ sounds like the consonant Y as in U. SC sounds like sh, so you should pronounce scope like shop. Shop. Sig sounds like digged, the end of the word like hedge. It is not uncommon for given names of Adherans, Deerwoodens, and Ridsarans to come from Eldadheran. Some examples: Eldwood is pronounced Aldween because of the long vowel sound on the Y. Dernisk is pronounced Dernish since the final SC cluster sounds like an SH sound. Yester is pronounced Yester on account of the GJ and consonant cluster. Sleg is pronounced Sledge. Thirsk is pronounced Thirsch. Usgrim is actually Ushgrim, not Usgrim. Jungmar is pronounced Ingmar, leading with a vowel sound. Interesting. I'm not going to remember that, but It's good to know nonetheless. A psalm to Wadaka, ye exiles. Wait, we already did this one too. Yep. We already did that one a long time ago. And that's a long one. Sing, O ocean waves of Andra's sorrow, of her unrequited love for the unattainable moon. Sing of the ocean's sorrow, so that we may forget our own. Each day the tides reenact Andra's longing for the great moon. The waters reach out at high tide, yearning for the heavenly body, only to slump into low tide when the moon proves unattainable. You asked me once why I loved Andra so dearly, how I could go from life on dry land to being a devote to the goddess of the oceans. I sing of the ocean's sorrow, so that I may forget my own. It is Andra's message that sings to my heart. I have devoted my life to helping others discard painful memories, for that is the gift Andra gave me. When I lost my young daughter, my wife and I were inconsolable until a gift-bearer offered to take my toddler's toys and cast them into the deepest waters. Truth be told, I and the other gift-bearers I know have never even spoken to Andra. She is largely silent, and when she does speak, she uses floods and tidal waves instead of words. But we sing of the ocean's sorrow so that others might forget theirs. Andra's story, the story of desire unanswered, actually matters to people like you and me. Magrin cannot steer you to victory over sadness. Hylia cannot force joy down a crying throat. Only Andra can give us the strength to persevere when life seems without worth. And that is the answer to your question regarding why I love my goddess so dearly. Yay, we're done. Chewed letter. This one says, this piece of parchment is torn and flecked with blood and troll spittle. What little bit remains reads, worried he might have come to harm. Once I reach Defiance Bay, I will hire guides to take me back west in safety, and see if we cannot find Fulvano. At present, I regret my eagerness to be away from Gilded Vale. It is very dark. We have read all the things, and my throat hurts a little bit, so this is probably going to be the last video of the day. And the reason for that is just reading out loud and sort of enunciating out loud for like, well, each of these videos is about half an hour. So I've done, this is my 5th one today, I think. 4th or 5th, so it's either 2 to 2.5 hours of solid talking, and it wears you down after a while.
Margaret's fire casts light in dark places.
Kill them all!
So let's take down these dark ghouls. That's a lot more than I anticipated.
Of course.
Let's get some... What are you doing? Why are you not in combat? You are the fighter. Oh my god, he's gonna die. Get out of there. Shit. Oh, my priest might die. Good thing there's an autosave downstairs. Is he dead? No, he's not dead. Okay. So there's a ghoul. More dark ghouls.
As you should.
Couple of revenants. There's actually a lot. I might just load this really quickly. There's a lot more than I anticipated, and we can definitely do that fight way better.
I'll take care of it.
Okay. Hey, kitty. You stay out of combat. Just let the actual warriors handle this for now.
Curse your eyes!
If we can kill the 3 dark ghouls, we'll be in good shape. Maybe I'll rest really quickly, actually. Probably wouldn't hurt.
Yes, kill them all!
What are you doing?
Let's burn this away!
He just doesn't have a huge amount of health anymore. He used to have a fairly high health pool, comparatively, but now my tanks have
Strike up camp.
way more. Alright, we'll count. On the floor with like a million enemies just out of sight. But apparently we can just
As you
rest
wish.
here. No problem.
Nice and quiet.
We've killed most of the dark ghouls. but there are definitely still a lot of revenants involved. And ghouls and all that. But this is actually a pretty easy fight now that most of the dark ghouls are dead. And we just have revenants and ghouls to kill. Also, it's good that our priest isn't almost dead this time.
Well,
This machine is huge.
no prisoners!
The cutest cat ever. Let's see. It's pretty cute. Unfortunately, I am in real life allergic to cats. It is an unfortunate turn of events.
Of course.
I had a small kitty cat at one point, and I was forced to give it to a friend because I was literally dying in my own house. Couldn't breathe half the time. Even with antihistamines pouring through my veins, I just couldn't do it. Another page from the journal, and scroll fireball. Another couple of revenants here. Let's take them out. Roar! Alright, that goes further upstairs, but we are going to run out of time before we go to the top of the tower. And another page from the journal.
My thoughts will
And
be as
something
silent as my feet.
on this table. Possibly more notes. A letter from Incantha, sorry. And a bramble ring, which gives +1 intellect, which is nice. We're going to give that to our mage, I think. A loth, here, have our... Well, what do you got for rings? Okay. Alright.
Well,
Let's read these things really quickly. Day 11, we finally got out of the tower to clear our heads. Beasts take the patrons. We'll finish the study on our own terms, our own time. Just as I said as much to Trindig, the sky came to life with stray lightning. I said it's a good omen, but the poor lad spooked. The only cure for that is a good night's sleep. Day 10, patrons grow impatient with the lack of quantifiable results. They should drag themselves out of their mansions and spend a few nights here if they think it's so easy. I see.
what is it?
And there are stairs up here. Do I want to do another? I want to finish this tower, to be honest. So I think I'm going to do one more video. I'm going to end this one right here. I'm going to go get a drink and see if I can't fix my throat a little bit for one more video. And then I will be right back. Like always, if you guys have any suggestions or comments, please leave them below. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video.